Today we are honored to have Bullard on our podcast. He is number 33.
So
for the one and
I
all
guess the
Harlem
first things first, we'll just talk about how you and I ran across each other, which is actually kind of a funny story.
Welcome to In the Closet.
I was doing a BPI demo at the mall in the little town of Charleston, West Virginia. And the guy working there that day with me said, "Hey, you know, the Globetrotters are in town." I said, "No, I did not know that." And he said, "So keep your eye out because they, may come in the store." Literally, no more than he said that, I saw this big, tall guy walk in the store, and I thought, well, here we go. So I introduced myself, and I gave you some samples, and that's kind of where it began, right?
Yeah, that's exactly where it started. I was actually coming over there for, I usually just go to the mall on days like that. I walk over, I get food, but I definitely just wanted to stop in because I think I was low on some type of supplement that I probably used. And you had your little booth set up over there, and I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and try this. And I definitely was looking for like a supplement to represent because I had just started up my Bull Body project, or I was probably in my second year of my Bull Body project, which is my personal training fitness group that I do. So I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and try to find something to rock with that I could give to my clients, the people that come out and work out. And so I tried it, and I fell in love with it. If I gave you guys tickets to the game, you guys came out, you guys enjoyed it, and we just been connected ever since. So
yeah, it was awesome. I gave you a pre-workout, and then I remember you sent me a text. I don't know, a couple of weeks later, and said how much you loved it. I got you hooked up with BPI, and then there you go.
Yeah.
And
yep, I have it.
That's awesome. So you've been with the Globetrotters since 2008, right?
Yep, since 2008. This is my 11th year with the Globetrotters, and I love it.
Wow.
You know, we travel the world and doing the things that we love to do. I've been in 66 countries. I've been to every state except Alaska, and that's about it, pretty much. But I love it. Love my job. Love what I do. So.
Well, you are amazing at what you do. Honestly, the first time I'd ever seen the Globetrotters is when you gave us the tickets. I had never been to a show or a game before, and I was actually blown away. You all are super talented.
Thanks, we appreciate it.
Like jaw-dropping, like I can't believe that just happened.
Yeah, we try. You know, that's one of the things that we harp on is being Globetrotters, is changing lives and changing people's perspective of the game of basketball and just sports in general. So, I mean, that's just one of the things that we like to do.
But in the past, you weren't really, like when you were a child, you weren't really into basketball that much, were you?
No, not at all. I was in foster care. I was in foster care as a kid, and my foster mom wanted me to do something. She wanted me to get out. She wanted me to get out the house and stop sitting around and be sad all day. So what I did was I went outside, picked up a basketball when I was like 12, 13 years old. And I've been doing it ever since, you know, and it was just one of those things that where I can tell kids now, you have to get uncomfortable and you have to go outside and you have to find something to do instead of sitting inside playing video games and dwelling on things that you may be going through in your life. You have to get outside and you have to make things happen. You have to find out who you really are. Back then, I found out basketball who I was who I really was, and that was one of the main things that I pitch to kids now, and even the young adults. So
you can't. So you're saying you can't do that with Fortnite?
Oh no, you definitely can't. You definitely cannot find yourself with Fortnite unless you're Ninja. Followers on Instagram and things like that. He was born for that. You know, but I mean that's just one of the pictures that I tell kids. You got to get outside. You got to do something else. You know, I'm pretty sure Ninja don't play Fortnite all day. I'm pretty sure he does something else.
Exactly.
You know?
My son is our son is addicted to it. So it's just like I have to drag him outside. Once he's outside, though, you can't get him back in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Fortnite is life.
Oh my
No doubt.
gosh! He revolves his life around it.
And I kind of believe I play Fortnite. I ain't gonna lie to you. I play it every now and then. It's one of those things that's addictive. So
It's addictive.
it is, man. It definitely is.
Yeah, Jeff plays Fortnite, but he gets mad because our son can beat him, and he's real competitive, so he just decided to quit.
Well, I just didn't. I
I don't blame you.
don't have the time to commit to it, and he's playing it all day. So I'm a little upset.
Well, you mentioned that you grew up in foster care, which speaks to Jeff and I greatly. And I think you and I talked about this before, but we had a foster daughter. She's now we adopted her, so she's now our daughter. But we didn't plan to be foster parents. It just it's a long story how it happened, but we found ourselves in that situation and we went with it, and it has changed our lives, and it's been truly a blessing to us.
Big time.
Yeah. So for me, I was in foster care maybe like 4 or 5 years, probably if that. And it was just one of those things. It was just one of those time periods in my life where I didn't want to be in foster care because I was a kid still, and I had to grow up quickly.
Right.
And I had 2 of my younger brothers who was in foster care with me as well. And I just tell everybody that it doesn't matter the situation that you're in, because before I went to foster care, I was in a pretty bad situation at home with the family.
Right.
When I went to foster care, I got into some bad homes, and then when I got out of foster care, nothing had really changed. I mean, my mom did what she had to do to get the kids back, but nothing had really changed back at home. So it was just like foster care was one of those things where I had to grow up quick, and I had to be a young adult at a young age.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot from it, and I use that as part of my pitch nowadays. Whenever I am out here talking to kids, once again, I tell them it doesn't matter the situation that you're in. You just have to go out there and do what you got to do. When it comes to fitness or anything like that, I tell everybody to get uncomfortable, because I got uncomfortable at a very young age, having to grow up and having to skip certain things.
Right.
So I have a lot of angles that I usually try to hit people with, and hopefully somebody takes something from it.
Right. And it's just all part of your story, and that's what I try to always tell my kids. The uncomfort of life, the situations that you're in, even if they're hard to deal with and hard to manage, it's all part of your story that you can tell one day to someone else, and possibly, like you're doing, help other people through that story.
Yeah, very true, and that's exactly what I try to do. I try to help everybody out as much as I can. It doesn't matter the situation. Rich, poor, doesn't matter. Everybody needs help at some point in life. Nobody's totally, completely happy with life.
Right.
Everybody needs to talk to someone. Everybody has something that they're going through. And that's what I try to tell everybody. I guess it's okay to talk to someone about certain things. When I was a kid, I had to do that.
Right.
You know? And so nowadays, when I tell everybody my life story, they're like, oh, wow, well, you made it. Like, no, I haven't made it, because I still go through stuff every day.
Right.
I own my own business, and I still go through things every day with people. So
Yeah.
it's all about getting uncomfortable and being able to talk to people and being able to use people for what they're worth.
Right.
You know.
So is that why you started Bull Body Project?
Well, the reason why I started Bull Body Project was because I wanted to stay in shape myself, because I'd be on the road a lot. And one of the main things was with me staying on the road, I have to be in shape, because I never know when I'm going to get that call. Like, oh, you got to get ready to go back out on the road. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm in shape. They say if you're always ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Right.
And that was one of the main pitches for me. So for me, staying in shape was a big key, eating right and staying healthy and things like that. I turned it into something. Back maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I turned it into the Bull Body Project, because I figured your body is a project. You got to work on it. That's my main slogan right there. Your body is a project. You have to work on it. And I tell people to get uncomfortable all the time.
Right.
So what I did was I put my workouts and things together, and then I turned it into a message, which is get uncomfortable. Because if some people say they're comfortable in life, they're really not. They got to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. Everybody has something that they really want to do, and they always make an excuse of why they don't do it. So get uncomfortable and go ahead and do it.
Right.
See, I love that, because you can't really appreciate life or what you've accomplished unless you get uncomfortable. We talk about that a lot. It's even if you think things are going amazing in your life, you should have things that you want, that whether it be a hobby or whether it be working out, you should always have challenges that kind of suck. You kind of you love doing it, but you hate doing it. Kind of like, working out. I hate leg day, but I know I got to do it, and I always feel good when I do it.
Man. That's very true, and that's what I try to tell everybody. You got to get uncomfortable. And the main thing is, when I'm talking to some people who are maybe like overweight or obese like that, I tell them, look, you're probably comfortable right now on your weight, until you got to go visit the doctor, and he tell you something that's going to make you uncomfortable. And when he makes you uncomfortable, it's kind of like too late now, because now you're forced to do the right thing, but he's going to force you to be uncomfortable. So why don't you just go ahead and do it on your own, pretty much?
Right.
So
nobody ever regrets it. I don't know people that actually do it and regret getting uncomfortable and getting to a better place.
But my biggest...
Yeah, a lot of people
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
My biggest fear, though, if you're uncomfortable for a while and then you get adapted to that situation, my biggest fear is complacency. Like, that's why I'm always trying to work on myself and to try to have some sort of goals, because you get to the point where you feel like, okay, I'm at the weight I want to be, or I'm at the whatever, then just stay in there, be complacent. That's my biggest fear.
Yeah, that's true. Once people so I'm gonna just tell you the reason why I think I can never just be comfortable in life, because I kind of always want to be uncomfortable, because if I ever feel like I'm comfortable, I mentally and physically know that I'm not really comfortable. Whenever I go through something, I go through it really hard. Why did this happen? That everything happens in threes, and then you're going to get blessed with something that's going to be so positive for your life. And whenever I feel like I'm okay, I'm cool, I'm content, I'm like, no, I'm not content, because I know I wanted to get up and, let's say, I need to take out that trash. So let me get uncomfortable to go ahead and take out the trash. It doesn't matter how small it is, doesn't matter how big it is. I'm definitely never going to be comfortable.
Right.
There's always something that you can. There's always something that you can do.
Absolutely. Well, so let me transition that into, speaking of probably something that was a little bit out of your comfort zone at first, maybe, as American Ninja Warrior, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I was always a kid who was active in the community. I was always running around the neighborhood. I was always swinging on monkey bars, climbing fences, flipping off buildings and things like that. So American Ninja Warrior was kind of out of my comfort zone because of basketball.
Right.
But when I went out there, I definitely had to go out there and tackle it the way that I knew how to tackle it, because of me being who I am, as how I was as a kid. So when I went out there, I was definitely uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I looked at the course, I was seeing the course, I was like, you know what? I kind of like this, so I'm going to go ahead and just get uncomfortable and go ahead and do it, and I ended up making it all the way to Vegas, and I had a good run with it.
That's amazing.
You know what, though? When I heard you did that, and I saw you did that, I seeing all you do, you're traveling the world, you're an extremely busy person. Were you even able to really train to the level you feel like you need to get? I mean, it seems like you got really, really far, but I can't see how you could dedicate the time.
Yeah, I never train but when I am on the road, I always work out. I probably work out 3-4 times a week, because we play 7 to 9 times a week, and I work out to repair my muscles a lot. So whenever they call me with the opportunity to do American Ninja Warrior, I definitely had to be ready, and I was ready. But seeing the course and seeing what strengths I needed, that's what the thing that I wasn't ready for. I didn't have that upper body strength that I needed to last 3 or 4 minutes just by using my arms. I didn't have all that, but I had the strength to make it all the way through the course. But I think that with American Ninja Warrior, it definitely pushed me to a level mentally where it's just like, you know what? Next time I go, I definitely will be ready for it, because I know what to expect now. It's all upper body, and it's all abs, and it's all just endurance, pretty much, and stamina. So
yes, exactly. I think
some of those people, they built those crazy courses in their backyards or in studios.
They got them in their house. One guy told me he turned his whole house into a rock climbing facility.
Wow.
I said, go you.
I would love that. I would love to do something like that. People always say, wouldn't you love that because of what you do? And I would, but my grip strength is horrible. I wouldn't last 30 seconds. I mean, it's just amazing what those athletes do on that course to me. And plus, I get in my head. I get in my head all the time. I would fall in the water for sure. Sure, I would. Okay, let's talk a second, though, because I have seen some amazing, go back to the Globetrotters, I've seen some amazing shots that you've done, shots from the crowd.
Yeah.
Then you've done, you were in a slingshot, sort of thing, and then you went in a helicopter. I mean, what in the world? These are crazy shots.
Yeah, those are some of the things that I practice on and I work on, and everything like that. So, take a lot of practice, a lot of hard work. And, I mean, hey, I just go out there and I do it. Whenever they bring it to me and approach me with it, I just do it.
Okay, that was my question. Let's just talk about the helicopter one. Because I don't know. I think that's the most recent shot like that you've taken, out there, right? The helicopter.
The airplane one was the most recent one that I made.
An airplane one?
That's right.
Did I miss that?
Was that the one that you were on which one was on one of the talk shows, right?
all been on talk
Yeah.
shows like Good Morning America and stuff like that. But I
Right,
think the
right.
most recent one was the airplane shot. So
Okay. Well, tell me how. I mean, obviously, you didn't make that in the first one, right?
it took a couple. It took a couple tries.
A couple of tries.
It took a couple tries.
It's just.
And it
He
maybe
made
took
it.
a few hours.
Oh.
But other than that, it was a good shot. I wish I could talk about it more, but I really can't. Get what I'm saying?
I totally
Yeah,
understand.
oh, yeah.
But it's amazing. Like we pulled it up and we showed our son, and he watched it over and over again. Like it's just amazing.
Yeah, I definitely loved it. That was like one of my more favorite shots. So
That's great. So what about so the Globetrotters? You have such a chemistry on the floor. Are you guys like a little family off the floor? I'm assuming.
pretty much, yeah, we are, because we're on the road maybe 4 to 5 months out of the year, so we definitely just love that little family aspect, because that's what we have to go out there and do. We have to go out there and change families' lives, and we have to. We just have to be friends out there. I mean, everybody don't get along all the time, but we definitely make it work. We definitely make it worthwhile when we're on the road.
Well, you can't be with a group of people that much and that close and not have times that are a little testy.
True, that's true.
Just
Yeah.
life.
That's true, man. That's true.
That is for sure. Well, we won't keep you any longer. You're doing a great thing with the Globetrotters, with Bull Body Project. And if you don't care, we'll share your Instagram sites at the end of this podcast so people can go and check out your personal page and your Bull Body Project page.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah,
that'd be definitely perfect. Right now, they're waiting on me to get into this gym. But thank you guys for having me on your podcast. I really appreciate it. We should do this more often.
Yes.
We'll have you on
Let's
again.
make it happen.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and have a great workout.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, talk
Thank
to you
you,
next
Bull.
time. Thanks.